It's very easy to operate. It is a turnkey solution, which means that it comes with vMix, a license. It comes with the capture hardware, and it comes with the computer itself.
Hey folks, it's Brian Blackmore with Church Production Magazine. Well, listen, when it comes to video production and live streaming, what do most churches want? Well, they want something that's easy to set up, they want something that's easy to operate, and they want something that's affordable. Well, that's easier said than done, you might say. What's easy for one church might not be easy for another, and what's affordable for one church might not be affordable to another. Well, here's a new option from Switchblade Systems that caused our team to sit up and take notice. It's called the Switchblade M9, and Switchblade is a US-based manufacturer of hardware and software solutions focused on live video production. So here to tell us more is Eric Pratt from US Broadcast.
Thanks for having me on.
Take it from here. Tell us more about the Switchblade M9 system.
So the house of worship market might be very familiar with vMix, having been designed by its author for his own house of worship. But one of the problems that a lot of churches face is what kind of hardware do they run it on? How do they create a system and a solution that makes it very easy for them to get up and running and create beautiful productions for their sermons or events? And that's one of the things that Switchblade does. And as you mentioned, it's not just based in the US, it's made in the US. So it's actually, even the enclosure of the M9 is manufactured here in the United States. So it's a US based and made product based on vMix. So it is a turnkey solution, which means that it comes with vMix, a license. It comes with the capture hardware, and it comes with the computer itself. And it's supported as a solution, so if you ever have any problems, regardless of whether it's software or hardware, you have a single point of solution or a single point of contact in order to solve those problems, which is a huge issue when it comes to building your own system. You can read specifications and put a system together, and you can end up having technical problems with either the software or the hardware, and you don't have somebody to turn to. That's where Switchblade comes in. And US Broadcast is Switchblade's exclusive distributor of both Switchblade and of vMix and a variety of other products which help make it a complete solution. So that's the M9 is one of many of Switchblade's products. It is this unit here. And it is both a desktop-based solution or portable. It has a handle on it. And very shortly here, I'll take you on a little bit of a tour of the unit. So with that, let's take a closer look at it. There's no such thing as a perfect vMix system, but over the last 5 years, Switchblade Systems has been steadily evolving its portfolio of live production systems, starting with the Splice, and then back there you can see the Turbo Portable. Up front here you can see the LPU1 and the LPU3 and the other rack-mountable products. And today, introducing the Switchblade M9. As close to perfect as you can get in a live production system when you consider perfect being something cost-effective, portable, and powerful. So let's take a closer look at some of the things that make it great. The unit overall is a compact tower. It has a nice handle on top, making it easy to drag it from venue to venue. And then on the back here, we have a couple of connectors. We've got USB 2.0 for keyboards and mice. These motherboard video slots are blocked off because we're using the GPU down here. We have a few USB 3 slots, 3.1 and 3.2. These are for webcams, or in this case, I've got a USB splitter in there. And then we have a USB-C slot as well. The Ethernet is 2.5 gig, making it nice and quick for full NDI networks. And then we have Wi-Fi, making it easy to get into a venue and connect to the local network. Some 3.5 mil audio, and then down here is the GPU. We have our program monitor running out via DisplayPort, and then we have our UI monitor running out via HDMI, and then there's an additional 2 monitors that we can add another UI, and then we can add a preview or a multi-view. Next slot down is the optional audio. This is 1/4 inch analog audio in and out. And then this slot here is for either SDI or HDMI. In this case, we've got 4 3G SDIs in it, but we could just as easily have 4 HDMI. And then the bottom is an option slot for an additional 4 SDI, giving us a total of 8 SDI or 4 HDMI and 4 SDI. The M9 can be purchased all by itself and used with your existing hardware and gear or other equipment that you so choose, or it can be purchased bundled with PTZ cameras and control surfaces and other items that might help you complete your production. Let me start off with the things that are most likely to be bundled with it, which are the PTZ cameras and the control surface. These are 2 NDI HX PTZ cameras. They can be connected via SDI, HDMI, or NDI. They are PoE powered, so it makes them the perfect complement, and we can control them from vMix, or we can control them from a control surface. The vMix control surface that is optionally included with an M9 as a bundle is what we call an AirFly, and it has 2 rows to allow you to switch between program and preview, making it really easy to switch what you see on the screen and then transition to it. So it's a really easy way of operating it. It makes it more friendly for a volunteer operator to just come in and press some buttons rather than operating the vMix software using a mouse. The other cool things that might go well with an M9 are a PoE router like this one from PoE Texas. This is a 16 port, but they're also available in 8 and 24. And then we also have NDI encoders. These are full NDI encoders with both SDI and HDMI on them for bringing in other equipment that doesn't have NDI integration on it, but needs to come over a network. Working with vMix is remarkably easy. Whether you're working on screen using the mouse to select what different camera inputs and titles will be going into preview and then transitioning them to program, or if you're using something like a control surface where you can select what is going to go into preview using the buttons there and then transitioning using the transition button, it's very easy to operate. And to go through a couple of the different things that you're seeing on screen, let me add in a title. I'm going to preview this title. This is one that I've added from the list of titles here in vMix's titling facility. And to preview it, I'm just going to put it into preview here. And if I want to change it from Eric Pratt to something else, let's go into the title editor. And I'm just going to make it Aaron Sherman. And then we need to change, well, he is also US Broadcast, but let's call it Sales Engineer, even though that's not strictly his title. And then I'm going to add that preset. Now, when I go back here, I can select between 2 different options, Eric Pratt or Aaron Sherman. And I can preview that so I can see, oh, it's Aaron Sherman. But let's say I forgot it and got it wrong. I can just switch it over to Eric Pratt. And when I transition it in, it comes in with my title. We can also do things like crawls. So if I wanted to bring up a role that has a lot of different pieces of text in it, so we could just paste that in and we can have several different kinds of texts lined up to play back into the overlay. And we can also nest overlays and make them work together. So if I wanted to put my title over this, which is not something I'm likely to want to do, but the capability of layering multiple graphics together is actually very easy. To the right here, we have our audio. I have just a regular microphone plugged into the system. but I also have NDI audio and SDI audio and all these other things, and we can create submixes. But in general, I just have one audio source, and that's going to my master, which also happens to be my recording. This is also what would be going out to streaming. To take a quick peek at what streaming looks like, that's in this setting here, and we can come in here and we can select from a wide number of different sources like Facebook and YouTube and a number of other options for CDNs, and we can stream to 3 different destinations at the same time. The M9 running vMix strikes a perfect balance between cost, ease of use, power, and portability. Perhaps if you need something like that, then the M9 is perfect for you. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach us at usbroadcast.co.
So Eric, the Switchblade M9, it looks like it's tailor-made for churches. How has it been received? What are your customers telling you?
Well, when you say tailor-made, we think that it's priced perfectly for a kind of turnkey solution for churches. So I could agree with you on that. It is bundled, capable of being bundled with PTZ cameras, control surfaces, encoders, and these are all things that House of Worship customers tend to need when they're looking for a solution for producing their live services.
So Eric, it looks like the system could be as simple or as complex as a church wants it to be. What sort of options do customers tend to buy when they purchase a Switchblade M9?
Some customers prefer to have a computer-based interface, which vMix is a computer-based application, and you can run it by using a mouse and a keyboard. Some people like having a physical control surface and a multi-viewer. And if you want to have, say, volunteers who don't have a lot of training just come in and punch buttons, then one of the options available, this is the Switchblade's Airfly, is a control surface that can be bundled with the M9. And on the left here is an example of a multi-view output. You need never even see the interface that you see on the right-hand side. You just output this to a monitor, and you just come in here and you press whichever buttons you need to bring up whatever sources for your live production. So you can start recording, you can start your stream, you can bring up camera 1, you can bring in your graphic, you can trigger a PTZ preset. It's not just for controlling the M9, it will send commands to PTZ cameras and routers and anything else, making the operation simple enough for a volunteer, while at the same time still having the complexity and power of a computer-based solution to bring in graphics and playback clips and anything else that you might want to do in a live production.
Eric, where can our viewers find more information, and where can they purchase the Switchblade M9?
So the M9 is sold through a network of resellers, and you can find that information on switchbladesystems.com, or you can reach out to us at usbroadcast.co.
Well, thank you, Eric. Well, folks, we've been talking today about the Switchblade M9 live video production system here with Eric Pratt from US Broadcast. Thank you again, Eric, and thank you to our viewers for joining us today.